The next thing we need to do is to design our cell. So right now we don't have any design, but if we go to our weather location, you can see that our cells have two labels. So the first one will be the name of the city, and then the current temperature, and then we have that in what format is our temperature, which is currently Celsius. So we are going to go to our main storyboard, and here I'm going to select my cell. Let's just select our table view and set the background color to be dark gray. Let me quickly check what else we have. And same for my cell. What I want to do is to set the background color. Let's select my cell here. The background color should be clear. And now we can add our labels. So let's get a label. And I'm going to enlarge this. Also, I'm going to change the font to be custom, and we're going to choose Gil Sans, and the color should be white. All right, and let's actually make it like 19 points. And we need another label, so I can copy and paste this from the other side. And this one we are going to make a line on the right side. But the size of this temp label is going to be much smaller because we are not expecting to have big numbers inside our label here. But our city name can be quite long. So what I want to do is, let's say, to put 100 F or C here as a placeholder. So this should cover all the length we need here. And I'm going to set my constraints to be 0 on right side. Width is going to be set to 62. Actually, let's keep it to 60. And that's it. We add our two constraints, and then we can click on our alignment, and we want to vertically center in the container. So this will give us 3 blue guidelines, which means we are all set with our correct constraints. Then I want to do the same thing with our label, which is gonna be my city name, but we can make this quite long because we have all the space we need. And I'm going to set 0 on the left, 8 points, so we have distance between our city name and our temperature there. Let's add 2 constraints, and then alignment, we want to set this vertically inside our container. So our custom table view cell is ready with our design. What we want to do now is to create a custom view controller that will control our cell. So I'm going to go to my views where we have our XIBs and our Swift files. Select any of the XIB, Command N to create a new file, which is going to be CocoTouch class. Next, we want to set the subclass to be a UI table view cell. We don't need XIB file because the design was done inside our storyboard. And this one I'm going to call my main weather table view. Okay, main weather table view cell. And let's click next, and we need to create this function. So we have the function. Now we go to our storyboard, select our table view cell, and make sure you select the table view cell here and not the table itself. Go to the class inspector and set the class to the new weather table view cell we just created. Hit enter, make sure it stays there, and let's go back to our file here. Now we need to open our assistant editor. So we need to control click on our option click on our main storyboard, which will open our storyboard on the left side here. So if we actually open up our container here, so we have our label here, so we can do our connections, and we have two. The first one is our label, which is the city, and it doesn't want to be connected. Let me just check if I set the correct. Yes, this is the correct. Okay, it doesn't want to work, but what we're going to do is Command Shift K to clean. And let's move to our file here, and I'm going to open my assistant editor from here, and let's go, instead of automatic, we are going to do manually. So we go to our weather plus views, main storyboard, and let's try one more time. Where is it? Here we are, our label. Okay, it doesn't work. So I guess I just have to reopen my project. Sometimes this happens because of the Xcode bug. It doesn't want to understand that we want to actually do the connection. We have already set our view controller. So I'm removing my cell view controller, and I'm setting it back again. Let's see, this one already has, so we should be okay there. Table view connections we do have. Let's just set our cell one more time. Hopefully you don't have this problem, but you may get, not here, but on a different project. So let's set this again, and let's try to do the connection. No, it doesn't want to accept. So another thing we can do is, let's delete this file altogether, move to trash, and I'm going to create a new one. Cocoa Touch class table view controller, main weather table view cell, click create, and let's go to our main storyboard, select my cell, and I guess maybe this is the no, it's set to custom. All right, let's just delete this and set it again to main. It doesn't even autocomplete now, so I'm going to copy this. Hit enter, and let's see if this will work now. Okay, it looks like we are back in business. So this will be our city label. Then we need another one, which is going to be our temperature label. And this is all we need. So we have two outlets. Awake from nib, I'm just going to remove my comment that by default text. We're not going to use any of these two functions. We just want to create a func, generate cell, and we need to give something to our function here to take it, and we're going to generate cell. So what we have is a weather model, But since all of our weather models contain a lot of information, we don't want to pass this around. What we need is something short, like we did with our weather info. We have short information. We want to do the same with our newly created cell. So some kind of struct that will hold a value of a city and a temperature. So we can set this, and whenever we are displaying this location, we can get all this information in this small object.